Okay, we're in Microsoft Excel and we're trying to apply a tiered discount. So for example, with the first line here, I've purchased 33 units. So the first 10 will get no discount. The 11th to the 20th unit will get 5% discount. 21st to 30th unit will get 10% discount. And then from the 31st onwards, you'll get 15% discount. So we're going to look at two ways of doing this. One is with a normal formula, and the second is with the LAMBDA function. And the great thing about LAMBDA is that you can create recursive formulas, which is exactly what we need in this context. So let's try it first of all with a normal formula, and the function we're going to utilize is sequence. So we want to return a sequence of numbers for the units purchased. So in the first instance, it'll be 33 down to 1. So we need 33 rows, 1 column, starting at 33 because we want to count down from 33, and the step is -1. So that gives me those numbers. And what I need to do is look up those numbers in this units column to return the correct discount for each of the units here. So I'll use XLOOKUP. Now my lookup value is returned by sequence, comma. My lookup array of the units here, and I'm going to lock that, F4 on my keyboard. Return array of the discounts here, I'm going to lock that. If not found, we're not interested in. Match mode, exact match, or next smaller item. So for example, 30 gets a 10% discount. No match for 30, go to the next smallest item, which is 21, it gives you 10. So if I press enter, you can see that I'm getting those percentage values. So now I can work out the price of each of these units. And I would do that by taking the base price and multiplying it by, open bracket, 1 minus the XLOOKUP. So now I have the price of each of those units. And all I need to do is add them up. So if I then copy that down, I'm getting the total discounted price for each of these lines here. Okay, let's look at the second option, which is to use a LAMBDA function. Now I'm just going to move this up here. So the LAMBDA function has 4 parameters or 4 arguments within the function. We've got base price, which is going to be the base price here. We've got the units, which could be the units purchased here. We've got the tiers, so that's going to refer to wherever your lookup table is, the lookup column, and the discounts is going to be the return array, the return column. So then my calculation utilizes let. So within the let function, my first name is getDiscount. And the value for that is returned by this LAMBDA formula. And what I'm doing here is I'm using XLOOKUP to work out what the discount should be. Now my second name is price per unit. And the calculation for that is base price times 1 minus the discount, which is what we did with the sequence function. And to get the discount value, we're using getDiscount, which is defined up here. But what happens here is that the units that have been captured up here by selecting a particular cell in our sheet, that is passed to X. So then we move on to the final calculation, and this is an if statement. So if the units are equal to 0, then return 0. And what we're doing is we're taking price per unit, so that will be the price per unit for the 33rd unit in this first line, and adding it to the price, the discounted price for the 32nd unit. And that's where this is calculated. Now, tiered disc is the name that I'm going to give this function. So this is where this function refers to itself, and that's why it's recursive. So how do I use this formula in my sheet? Well, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to the Formulas tab on the ribbon, go to Name Manager, New, and I have to give it that name, tiered disc. And then I'm going to paste my formula into the refers to box, Control V, click on OK, click on Close. And then if I type in the name that we gave our function, so base price is over here, units is here, tiers are here, need to lock that, discounts are here, need to lock that. close the bracket, press enter, I get the same answer, copy it down, works for all the other lines.